On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Invasion.
Armies act of forcibly entering another country or territory to take control of it.
Examples:
The Turkish invasion. Home invasion. An invasion would most probably result in a political catastrophe.
Unfold.
To open up or spread out something that is folded or rolled up, to reveal or disclose something that was previously hidden or unknown.
Examples:
Unfold the story. Unfold the stroller. The mystery unfolded as the detectives gathered more clues.
Shroud.
A length of cloth or other material used to cover or wrap a dead body, something that conceals or obscures something else, often used metaphorically.
Examples:
Shroud of mystery. Shroud of suspicion. The protective shroud covered the body in the coffin at the funeral.
Fog.
A thick cloud consisting of tiny water droplets or ice crystals suspended in the air at or near the Earth's surface, a weather condition in which visibility is reduced because of a cloud of water.
Examples:
A dense fog. Front fog lights. The fog cleared away, and the star-filled sky appeared.
Abundant.
Present in great quantity.
Examples:
Live an abundant life. An abundant supply of water. The country has abundant oil and natural gas resources.
Refugee.
A displaced person who has crossed national borders and who cannot or is unwilling to return home due to political, religious, or economic reasons or because of a war.
Examples:
Global refugee crisis. The refugee camp. The community warmly welcomed the refugees.
Shocking.
Extremely or surprisingly bad, or causing a strong emotional response such as surprise or disgust.
Examples:
Shocking response. Shocking revelation. The news of the accident was shocking and left many in shock.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Destruction.
The act of causing so much damage to something.
Examples:
Path of destruction. Cyclonic destruction. The extinction of several subspecies has been linked to climate change and habitat destruction.
Membership.
The state of belonging to a group, a club, an organization, etc.
Examples:
A membership fee. Membership in a stock exchange. My application for membership in the association was accepted.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples.
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Arc.
The shape of a portion of a circle or other curved line.
Examples.
The arc current. An arc of a circumference. A ball flew in a big arc.
Broad.
Very wide, general.
Examples.
Attract broad attention. A broad mind. He accumulated wealth across a broad spectrum of assets.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples.
Historical context. Legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Geopolitical.
Of or relating to political activity or relations between countries and groups of countries, as influenced by the physical features of a country or area.
Examples.
The geopolitical situations. Reduce geopolitical risk. The country holds dominant geopolitical power over its neighbors.
Analyst.
Someone whose job is to examine something to learn or understand more about it.
Examples.
Banking analyst. Senior research analyst. The analyst concluded that bankruptcy was inevitable.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples.
President Emeritus. Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples.
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Participate.
To take part in something.
Examples.
Participate fully in conversation. Participate in the program. The majority of students actively participated in the college's intramural sports program.
Lifetime.
The duration of someone's life or of something's existence.
Examples.
Lifetime benefits. Lifetime ban formed the sport. She had lived through 2 world wars in her lifetime.
Artifact.
A person-made object, especially one of historical or cultural interest.
Examples:
Paleolithic artifacts, Peruvian artifacts. The museum has a vast collection of Greek artifacts.
Headquarter.
The central office or location from which a business or organization is managed.
Examples:
Administrative headquarter, an emergency headquarter. The company decided to move its headquarters to New York City.
Rubble.
Fragments of rock, stone, or other materials that remain after a building or other structure has been destroyed or demolished, the remains of something that has been broken down or destroyed.
Examples:
Clear away rubble, rubble-strewn road. After the earthquake, the city was left in a pile of rubble.
Dividend.
A sum of money paid regularly, typically quarterly, by a company to its shareholders out of its profits or reserves.
Examples:
Dividend on equity ratio. Receive a dividend. The company announced a quarterly dividend of 50 cents per share.
Unprecedented.
Never having been seen, done, or known before.
Examples:
Unprecedented boom. Unprecedented business opportunity. Unprecedented amounts of heckling and slogan shouting took place throughout the event.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Tip.
The top or extreme point of something slender or tapering, usually a mountain or hill. A piece of advice about something practical, a small amount of money given for services.
Examples:
The tip of a paintbrush. Give the waiter a tip. I will introduce some tips on learning English in this class.
Overnight.
Lasting for or occurring during one night, occurring or changing extremely quickly or suddenly, happening or being achieved in a short amount of time.
Examples:
Overnight parking. Overnight success. The overnight package delivery arrived at my door this morning.
Prioritize.
To assign a higher level of importance to something compared to other things.
Examples:
Prioritize tasks. Prioritize people over cars. The organization prioritized the needs of the community in its decision-making.
Defend.
To protect someone or something from attack, criticism, danger, etc.
Examples:
defend my country, defend against a threat. International law allows each nation to defend itself when its rights and interests are illegally violated.
Policy:
a set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government, a course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
health policy, foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Nation:
a large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
nation-state, a seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Coordination:
the act of making all the people involved in a plan or activity work together effectively, the ability to control different parts of the body effectively.
Examples:
data coordination, loss of muscle coordination. Synchronized swimming needs close coordination between 6 performers.
Chancellor:
a senior official or administrator, particularly in a university or government, the person who is the head of the government in some European countries, such as Germany.
Examples:
Chancellor of the Exchequer, Associate Chancellor. The Chancellor of the University made an important announcement regarding the budget.
Post-Cold:
the period following the end of the Cold War in the late 1980s and early 1990s.
Examples:
post-Cold War environment, post-Cold War diplomacy. The post-Cold era allowed for the expansion of human rights and democracy.
Environment:
the natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
environment affairs, chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Precise:
sharply exact or accurate or delimited.
Examples:
precise analyses, estimate precise costs. The content is precise and informative for me.
Commit:
to do something illegal or wrong.
Examples:
commit suicide, commit mistakes. The military has committed an abuse of human rights.
Invest:
to put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
invest in stocks, invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
Recognize talent. Recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Germ.
A very tiny living that causes the disease, a piece of something such as an organism, concept, etc., capable of growing into a new one or part of one.
Examples:
Antibiotic-resistant germ. A germ-free environment. The germ of his idea came from watching birds flying in flocks.
Unfortunately.
By bad luck, unluckily.
Examples:
Unfortunately caught in a shower. Even more unfortunately. The treatments were done, but, unfortunately, were unsuccessful.
Outdated.
No longer useful or valid because of being old-fashioned.
Examples:
Become outdated. Outdated technology. We replaced outdated equipment to improve factory productivity.
Negative.
Having the quality of something bad or harmful, expressing refusal.
Examples:
Have a negative effect. A negative number. The movie has received almost universally negative criticism.
Optimist.
A person who tends to expect the best in all things and to be hopeful and confident about the future.
Examples:
Optimist by nature. Excessive optimist. She is a confident optimist who always looks on the bright side.
Conflict.
A strong disagreement, argument, or a violent clash between two opposing groups or individuals.
Examples:
The conflict between good and evil. The long-standing conflict. He and I often had conflicts, not only in personality, but also in ideology.
Scenario.
A description of possible actions or events in the future, a written outline of a play, film, or literary work.
Examples:
The worst-case scenario. Number of different scenarios. The president prepared several possible scenarios for an enemy attack.
Plausible.
Seeming reasonable or likely to be true, and therefore convincing.
Examples:
Plausible explanation. A plausible liar. She could find no plausible explanation for its failure.
Foresee.
To perceive or predict, to anticipate or expect something to happen in the future.
Examples:
Foresee the consequences. Foresee challenges. I foresee a problem arising if we don't address this issue now.
Emerge.
To move out of or away from something and become visible.
Examples:
Emerge as a butterfly. Emerge from poverty. During colonial eras, new migratory patterns emerged.
Radical.
Relating to the essential aspects of anything, far beyond the norm, mainly used of opinions and actions.
Examples:
A radical flaw in the plan. A radical cure. The government established by the coup was more radical than before.
Announce.
To make something known or officially inform people about something.
Examples:
Announce candidacy. Announce the award winners. The third season of the anime show has been announced.
Domestic.
Relating to or inside a particular country, not foreign or international.
Examples:
Domestic airline. A domestic animal. GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things. A course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Stable.
Firm and steady, not easily moved, disturbed, or changed.
Examples:
In stable condition. Have a stable job. Relations between the two countries have been relatively stable due to the summit meeting.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Ostensible.
Appearing or seeming to be true, genuine, or plausible, but not necessarily so, outwardly appearing or declared to be one thing while being something different or hidden.
Examples:
Ostensible reason. Ostensible explanation. The ostensible purpose of the meeting was to discuss budgeting, but the real topic was employee layoffs.
Decouple.
To disconnect or separate something from something else that it was joined to or part of previously.
Examples:
Decouple a power supply. Decouple a space shuttle. We have to decouple our foreign policy from ideology.
Statistics:
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Permanent:
Lasting for a long time without essential change.
Examples:
Literature of permanent value. Permanent life insurance. She is searching for a permanent residence.
Negotiate:
To have formal discussions with someone to reach an agreement.
Examples:
Negotiate a settlement. Negotiate the price of the house. We are always happy to negotiate a discount.
Settlement:
An official agreement that brings an argument to a close, the process of establishing permanent residence in a place.
Examples:
The settlement of a dispute. Settlement in a new house. Our goal must be to achieve a peaceful settlement.
Troop:
A group of soldiers, especially a large one, a group of people, animals, or things considered as a unit.
Examples:
The members of a military troop. A troop of deer. The troop of soldiers marched through the city in a parade.
Convinced:
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Decision:
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Ramp:
A sloping surface connecting two levels or inclines, typically used for the movement of people, vehicles, or goods.
Examples:
The ramp of a chasm. An exit ramp. The wheelchair user needed a ramp to access the building's entrance.
Deploy:
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Unwind:
To relax and release tension, often by engaging in leisure activities or by simply resting, to reverse the winding or twisting of something.
Examples:
Unwind after work. Unwind on vacation. I like to unwind with a good book after a long day at work.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Coal.
A combustible black or brownish-black sedimentary rock that is found below the ground and burnt to produce heat.
Examples:
A coal-fired ship. Construction of new coal plants. We combust coal and other fossil fuels to generate electricity.
Pariah.
An outcast or social reject, a person who is despised and avoided by society or a particular group.
Examples:
Pariah community. Treated as a pariah. Being a whistleblower can often lead to becoming a social pariah in some industries.
Soon to be.
Used to describe someone or something that will soon become something else or will soon be in a different state or position.
Examples:
Soon to be parents. Soon to be graduates. The soon-to-be bride was busy planning all the details of her upcoming wedding.
Bestie.
A term of endearment used to describe one's closest friend, a term that connotes a deep and unbreakable bond between the two friends.
Examples:
Bestie bond. Longtime bestie. I love having a loyal and supportive bestie like her in my life.
Portray.
To depict or describe someone or something in a painting, film, book, or other artistic work.
Examples:
Portray feelings in words. Accurately portray the condition. We often portray political problems as religious issues.
Neutral.
Not helping or assisting either side in a conflict, argument, etc.
Examples:
Permanently neutral country. Neutral colors. A legislative speaker should always be neutral.
Supplicant.
Someone who humbly or earnestly requests or petitions for something, particularly from a person or entity of greater power or authority.
Examples:
Supplicant prayer. Supplicant tone. The prisoner appeared before the judge as a supplicant begging for mercy.
Economical.
Providing a satisfactory return on the money, time, or effort, not using more money, fuel, etc. than necessary.
Examples:
Economical use of her time. An economical meal. It is more economical to wash your plastic bottle and reuse it.
Fin.
A thin flat part on the body of a fish or other aquatic animal used for propulsion or balance.
Examples:
Back fin. A fin of a plane. The shark's powerful fins allowed it to swim at high speeds.
Transaction.
An instance of buying or selling something, the act or process of doing something.
Examples:
Card with no foreign transaction fees. Transaction balance. Electronic transactions remain incomplete due to system errors.
Technological.
Based on scientific and industrial progress.
Examples:
Technological advancement. Technological policy. Technological advances have disrupted many industries.
Align.
To put or arrange two or more things in a straight line or to form a straight line.
Examples:
Align the economic interest of each other. Align with a historical trend. Both parties are now entirely ideologically aligned.
Implication.
Something that is inferred or indirectly stated, the act or fact of being involved in something.
Examples:
The implication in a crime. The implication of a word. His poem has a very significant implication.
Gulf.
A large ocean inlet or deep bay that is partially enclosed by land.
Examples:
Gulf War. Gulf Stream. The Gulf of Mexico is a body of water in the southern United States.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Renew.
To begin or resume something again after an interruption.
Examples:
Renew a contract. Renew its corporate image. I have to renew my passport by the middle of September.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples:
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Drift.
To move smoothly and slowly in water or air, especially as a result of outside forces, with no control over the direction.
Examples:
drift down the stream, drift away on a raft. I drifted around for years in Europe before going to university.
Importance.
The quality of being important and worthy of note.
Examples:
a man of importance, high importance. I stopped by the branch though I have no business of importance.
Pivot.
A change in direction or focus, especially in a business or political strategy, a fixed point that supports something that turns or balances.
Examples:
center pivot irrigation, pivot point. The team needed to come up with a pivot strategy to turn things around.
Purposeful.
Having a specific aim or purpose, determined.
Examples:
purposeful series of actions. At a purposeful pace. She had a purposeful look and was determined to complete the task.
Consolidate.
To make something more vital, more solid, or more certain.
Examples:
consolidate his debt. Consolidate a leadership. The two universities will consolidate in July next year.
Union.
A group of employees who have banded together to advocate for their rights and better their working conditions. The act or the state of joining together or being joined together.
Examples:
bank and credit unions. A craft union. The trade union remained adamant about its demands.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
financial independence. Independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.
Judiciary.
Persons who administer or enforce justice.
Examples:
independence of the judiciary. Member of the judiciary. The judiciary of the case was inexperienced and lacked locally educated attorneys.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Functional.
Designed for or capable of a particular activity, purpose, or task, practical or ready for use or service.
Examples:
Field of functional medicine. Functional deafness. The mobile phone was still functional even after being dropped.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Applaud.
To express approval of someone or something by clapping the hands.
Examples:
Applaud his courage. Applaud the orchestra. I enthusiastically applaud my rival's achievement.
Forgiveness.
The act of stopping feeling angry or resentful towards someone for a mistake or offense with compassion.
Examples:
Forgiveness of liabilities. Beg for forgiveness. He gained debt forgiveness.
Representative.
Someone who speaks or acts officially on behalf of another person or group of people.
Examples:
An official representative. Sales representative. The media representatives had special passes.
Democracy.
A form of government in which the people have the authority to deliberate and decide legislation, or to choose governing officials to do so.
Examples:
Democracy advocate. Principles of democracy. Democracy often entails inclusive capitalism as well.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Opponent.
A person against whom you are playing or fighting in a game, competition, debate, etc.
Examples:
Computer opponent. Death penalty opponent. He was attempting to confuse his opponent.
Aisle.
A passage between rows of seats in a theater, airplane, or other public building, typically one of two or more running parallel with the main body of the structure.
Examples:
Aisle seat. The center aisle of a church. She walked down the aisle to the front of the church.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
Advance the technology. Advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
The ultimate goal in life. The ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Buffer.
A device, material, or person that reduces the impact or effect of an external force or provides protection against harm or damage.
Examples:
A buffer between the quarreling parents. Use a buffer to reduce noise. Using a password manager can act as a buffer against hackers who try to steal your personal information.
Guardrail.
A sturdy metal or wooden railing or barrier placed beside a road, bridge, or other dangerous areas to prevent vehicles or people from going over the edge. A protective barrier or railing used to prevent falls or accidents.
Examples:
Guardrail installation. Damaged guardrail. The guardrail along the highway prevents vehicles from going off the road's edge.
Escalate.
To increase in intensity, size, or severity, to make something greater, worse, or more serious.
Examples:
Escalate into a major international incident. To escalate. The situation quickly escalated and turned violent.
Unpack.
To open and remove stored items from a container or package. To analyze or examine something in detail, often to clarify or understand it better.
Examples:
Unpack a crate. Unpack a concept. I need to unpack my suitcase and put my clothes away.
Relate.
To establish a connection or association between two or more things. To narrate or tell about an event, experience, or relationship. To empathize or feel sympathy with someone or something.
Examples:
Relate a story. Relate a message. He tried to relate his experience to the group, but they couldn't understand.
Negotiation.
The process of discussing and reaching an agreement with others.
Examples:
Negotiation process. Negotiation skills. The negotiation between the two countries was a delicate and complex process.
Minister.
A person appointed to or a job of a head of a government department.
Examples:
Minister for Education. Deputy Prime Minister. The minister occasionally preaches at this church.
Turkey.
Of an animal, a large bird with a fan-shaped tail native to North America, widely grown for food. Of a country, a Eurasian republic in Asia Minor and the Balkans.
Examples:
Swell like a turkey. Turkey breast meat. They prepared a stuffed turkey for Thanksgiving.
Preceding.
Occurring or coming before something or somebody in time or order, previous or former.
Examples:
Preceding paragraph. Preceding year. During the preceding quarter, the company experienced significant growth.
Accomplished.
Having completed a task or achieved a goal successfully, skilled or proficient at something.
Examples:
Accomplished at a very early age. Accomplished goal. She felt accomplished after finishing her book.
Humanitarian.
Something relating to the promotion of human welfare, or someone who works to promote human welfare.
Examples:
Humanitarian crisis. A truly humanitarian act. The organization is dedicated to providing humanitarian aid to disaster-stricken areas worldwide.
Corridor.
A hallway or passageway, especially one connecting rooms or areas within a building or structure.
Examples:
Walk along a corridor. Air corridor. The long corridor was filled with people rushing to get to their rooms before the meeting began.
Extend.
To broaden in scope, range, or area.
Examples:
Extend the warranty. Extend a line. Her visit will extend from Monday to Friday.
Pound.
The standard unit of money in the UK, the standard unit of weight equal to 16 ounces.
Examples:
3/4 of a pound. Thousands of pounds. The car's front bumper cost £1,500.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Territory.
An area under the control of a ruler or state.
Examples:
Acquire territory. territory in charge. They incorporated the conquered territory into their nation.
Necessarily.
In an essential manner, in such a way as could not be otherwise.
Examples:
Not necessarily a problem. Necessarily true. This accident was something that happened necessarily.
Intern.
To put someone in prison, especially for political or military reasons. Noun, a student or trainee who works, sometimes for free, to get work experience or to fulfill qualification criteria.
Examples:
Intern civilians. Medical intern. The Navy interned ships of defeated nations.
Domestically.
Inside a particular group of people, such as country, home, family, etc.
Examples:
Traveling domestically. Rice produced domestically. The court's decision aroused little discussion domestically.
Nowhere.
Not in, at, or to any place, not anywhere.
Examples:
Nowhere else to go. Come out of nowhere. I've been thinking all day and getting nowhere.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
Involve a lot of paperwork. Involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Hell.
The place thought to be where bad people go and are punished after death, often depicted as being located beneath the earth, an extraordinarily unpleasant or difficult place.
Examples:
Run like hell. Hell broke loose. The battlefield became hell on earth.
Accomplish.
To finish or achieve something successfully.
Examples:
Accomplish a goal. Accomplish military operations. Humankind took centuries to accomplish true democracy.
Militarily.
In a manner related to the military or armed forces, with the use of military means.
Examples:
Militarily strong. Militarily defeated. The country acted militarily against its enemy to protect its citizens.
Publicly.
In a manner accessible to or observable by the public, by the government.
Examples:
Publicly accessible record. Publicly financed schools. She publicly denounced the government's mishandling of the economic crisis.
Diplomacy.
The art and practice of conducting negotiations between nations, organizations, or people. The fine art of dealing with people in a sensitive and effective way.
Examples:
The language of diplomacy. The art of diplomacy. Effective diplomacy is necessary to resolve conflicts and maintain relationships between countries.
Semblance.
The outward appearance or visible form of something, especially when it is different from the reality beneath, a vague or superficial similarity.
Examples:
semblance of truth, lose semblance of identity. There was no semblance of order at the chaotic protest.
Secondary.
Of a lower rank, status, or importance about something else, not primary or central, derived from or caused by another source.
Examples:
secondary education, secondary sources. The secondary camera on my phone takes high-quality photos.
Spinning.
The act of rotating rapidly around an axis. In the context of textiles, the process of twisting fibers together to form thread or yarn.
Examples:
spinning machine, spinning wheel. She took a spinning class at the gym to improve her cardiovascular fitness.
Nazi.
A member or supporter of the National Socialist German Workers' Party, which controlled Germany from 1933 to 1945 and carried out a genocidal campaign against Jews and other marginalized groups, someone who subscribes to similar racist or authoritarian beliefs.
Examples:
Nazi regime, neo-Nazi movement. The Nazi Party was responsible for atrocities committed during World War II.
Obscene.
Offensive, rude, or disgusting, usually because of being related to sex.
Examples:
obscene literature, an obscene story. He made an obscene gesture.
Disarm.
To remove weapons or the means of attack from a person, group, or situation. To win over or reduce suspicion or hostility from an opponent or adversary.
Examples:
disarm opponents, disarm a bomb. The police were able to disarm the suspect without any violence.
Homeland.
A place regarded as one's native country or where one belongs.
Examples:
beloved homeland, homeland pride. I miss my homeland and the familiar sights, sounds, and smells.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
an intelligence test, field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
strike up a conversation, strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Frame.
A strong border or structure of the wood, metal, etc. that surrounds something such as a picture, door, or window.
Examples:
A picture frame. The frame of the policy. The detective looked for fingerprints on the window frame.
Cyberattack.
An attempt to damage, disrupt, or gain unauthorized access to a computer system or network.
Examples:
Cyberattack prevention. Cyberattack defense system. The hackers launched a devastating cyberattack, stealing sensitive information from the company's servers.
Disinformation.
False or misleading information that is spread deliberately, usually with the intent to deceive or manipulate public opinion.
Examples:
Disinformation campaign. Disinformation warfare. The government is being criticized for spreading disinformation about the pandemic.
Reckless.
Marked by a lack of care about danger and the likely results of your actions.
Examples:
Reckless driving. In a reckless manner. Reckless youth makes rueful age.
Abandon.
To leave a place, thing, or person with no intention of returning. Noun, a feeling of extreme emotional intensity.
Examples:
Abandon a friend. Abandon the practice. The castle was abandoned several years later.
Agenda.
A list or outline of things to be done, discussed, or considered.
Examples:
Agenda setting. Ambitious agenda. The agenda for the meeting includes discussions on the budget and new project proposals.
Largely.
Virtually entirely, to a large degree.
Examples:
Largely accepted. Largely mitigate the issue. Nevada is largely a desert state.
Discuss.
To talk about or examine in detail, through conversation or debate, to exchange ideas, opinions, or information on a particular topic.
Examples:
Discuss options. Discuss solutions. We need to discuss the next steps for the project during our meeting tomorrow.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Cyber.
Relating to or involving computers, computer networks, or virtual reality.
Examples:
Cyberbullying. Cybercrime. Cyber espionage between countries can have serious consequences.
Colonial.
Of or relating to a colony, equals a territory that is controlled by a more powerful country, to the period of time during which a country or region was a colony.
Examples:
Oppressive colonial rule. Colonial style. The city has a rich colonial history, with many historic buildings and landmarks.
Pipeline.
A very long, large tube that is usually underground and is used for carrying liquid or gas for long distances.
Examples:
A data pipeline. Pipeline facilities. Rebels sabotaged the main pipeline supplying oil.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Syndicate.
A group of individuals or organizations combined to promote a common interest.
Examples:
Criminal syndicate. Syndicate member. The financial syndicate was involved in illegal activities.
Restart.
To start something again, especially after a pause or interruption.
Examples:
Restart a game. Restart a nuclear reactor. She tried to restart the conversation after the awkward silence.
Disposition.
A person's inherent qualities of character or temperament, the act or means of getting rid of something.
Examples:
A close disposition. Disposition of an estate. Her disposition was always cheerful and optimistic.
Retaliate.
To respond to an action or attack with a similar action, especially one that is intended to harm or punish the other person.
Examples:
Retaliate for the blow. Retaliate in a like fashion. After the other team scored, we retaliated by playing even harder and scoring 2 quick goals.
Defeat.
To win against somebody in a fight, war, or attempt.
Examples:
Defeat a global power. Defeat body odor. Despite his best efforts, he was unable to defeat the enemy.
Terrorism.
The use of violence to attain political or religious goals, or to compel a government to act.
Examples:
Terrorism against civilians. Anti-terrorism bill. Democracy is utterly opposed to any form of terrorism.
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
No-fly.
A situation in which planes are not allowed to take off or land at a particular airport or in particular airspace. A list of individuals who are prohibited from flying due to security concerns.
Examples:
No-fly area. No-fly list. The airport implemented a no-fly zone during the presidential visit.
Zone.
A specific area, region, or section that is marked off or defined in some way.
Examples:
Time zone. Zone defense. He was reluctant to leave his comfort zone and try something new.
Proxy.
A person or entity that is authorized to act on behalf of another person or entity.
Examples:
Healthcare proxy. Proxy server. She voted by proxy because she was unable to attend in person.
Advantage.
A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position, a beneficial feature or asset that someone or something has.
Examples:
Score an advantage. Take advantage of his weak points. One of the main advantages of the new product is its increased efficiency.
Tactical.
Relating to or constituting actions, plans, or strategies designed to achieve a particular purpose, especially an aggressive or political purpose, characterized by calculated planning, organization, and effectiveness.
Examples:
Tactical decision. Tactical move. The army used tactical maneuvers to gain an advantage in battle.
Willingness.
The state of being ready or inclined to do something.
Examples:
Willingness to help. Indicate a willingness to change. Her willingness to help others earned her many friends.
Spiral.
A curve that coils around a central point and gets progressively farther away from it as it goes around.
Examples:
Spiral staircase. Spiral design. The leaves of the fern were arranged in a spiral pattern.
Globe.
The earth or world, mainly used to emphasize its vastness.
Examples:
Terrestrial globe. Around the globe. His final goal is to sail around the globe.
Flank.
The side of an animal, especially the side between the last rib and the hip, the side of military or naval formation. Verb, to be located on either side of something.
Examples:
Flank pain. Attack the left flank. The flank of the mountain was difficult to climb.
Ripple.
A small wave on the surface of a liquid, typically caused by an object falling into it or a slight wind.
Examples:
A ripple of laughter. Ripple in the water. Many businesses felt the ripple effect of the economy's decline.
Alignment.
An arrangement in which two or more elements are placed in a straight line or parallel to each other.
Examples.
Alignment in an organization. Be in alignment. In the last century, Britain formed a strong alignment with Egypt.
Striking.
Interesting and distinctive enough to draw notice, exceedingly appealing, frequently in an odd manner.
Examples.
Striking innovation. Striking evidence. The two plays have a number of striking parallels.
Cohesive.
Causing cohesion, bringing people or things together.
Examples.
Cohesive ability. Highly cohesive group. He skillfully combines these fragments into a cohesive whole.
Economics.
The branch of social science that deals with the production, consumption, and transfer of goods and services.
Examples.
Welfare economics. Economics professor. His class will cover an introduction to agricultural economics.
Adopt.
To choose to follow something, to legally take a child from another family and care for them as if they were one's own.
Examples.
Adopt a child. Adopt a bill. The National Assembly has adopted the budget.
Sanction.
Official permission or approval for an action, especially an economic or political action by a government or international organization.
Examples.
Imperial sanction. Popular sanction. The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Fencing.
The art or practice of fighting with swords, especially with foils, épées, or sabers, according to certain rules.
Examples.
Fencing equipment. Fencing club. He practiced his fencing techniques with a partner.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples.
Government bureaucracy. Government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Stream.
A small, narrow river, a continuous flow of something, such as liquid, gas, people, vehicles, etc.
Examples.
The stream of time. An endless stream of cars. Jet streams are the common name for air currents that form high in the atmosphere.
Equivalent.
Having the same value, quality, meaning, purpose, etc.
Examples.
Equivalent amounts. Equivalent in meaning. The European Central Bank is Europe's equivalent of the Federal Reserve.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples.
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Extraordinary.
Exceptional, unexpected, very unusual, surpassing the ordinary or usual.
Examples.
Extraordinary ability. Extraordinary weather. He narrated the extraordinary story of his adventure.
Diversification.
The act of expanding a business or portfolio by adding new products, services, or investments to reduce risk and increase profitability.
Examples.
Business diversification. Diversification of products. The company's diversification strategy helped them weather the economic downturn.
Fossil.
Any preserved remains, impression, or trace of any once living thing that has become hard and turned into rock.
Examples.
Burning of fossil fuels. A fossil leaf. It was the fossil of a dinosaur tooth.
Fuel.
A substance that is typically burned to generate heat or energy.
Examples.
Biomass fuel. Smokeless fuel. The manufacturing sector was most severely impacted by the fuel scarcity.
Humanly.
In a way that is characteristic of or relating to human beings. In a way that is possible for humans to achieve or accomplish.
Examples.
Humanly possible. Humanly acceptable. It is humanly difficult to understand why some people choose to harm others for no reason.
Renewable.
Capable of being renewed, extended, or replaced.
Examples.
Renewable energy. Renewable subscriptions. The production of renewable fuels requires massive volumes of fresh water.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples.
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Prime.
Main or most important, basic.
Examples.
Prime number. Deputy Prime Minister. After a thorough investigation, she's been named as the prime suspect.
Undermine.
To make someone or something less powerful, less effective, weaker gradually, to make someone's fame, competence, or authority less effective or weaker gradually.
Examples:
undermine a good relationship, undermine their adversary's reputation. They tried to undermine her position by slandering her.
Commerce.
The activity of buying and selling things, especially on a large scale.
Examples:
interstate commerce, the local chamber of commerce. This company has invested heavily in internet commerce.
Nuclear.
Of or relating to or constituting the nucleus of an atom, deriving destructive energy from the release of atomic energy.
Examples:
nuclear fusion, use of nuclear power. Many countries have now agreed to a treaty banning the use of nuclear weapons.
Cut off.
A point or level beyond which something will not be tolerated or allowed, the act of stopping or interrupting the supply of something.
Examples:
cut off frequency, a cutoff point. The cutoff date for submitting applications was fast approaching.
Fancy.
To want to do or have something, noun, something that many people believe but that is false, or that does not exist, imagination or fantasy.
Examples:
fancy a cup of coffee, a flight of fancy. I don't fancy acting in such an important role.
Commission.
A formal instruction, command, or request given to a person or group, an official group of people entrusted by a government or other official body to control or enforce something.
Examples:
commission appointed by the government, the commission of murder. She gets a commission on each contract.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
begin to rot, rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Occupy.
To consume all of someone's space, attention, or time.
Examples:
occupy his time, occupy a position. The young prince will soon occupy the throne.
Presidency.
The office or term of the president of a country or organization.
Examples:
presidency term, presidency duties. Her candidacy for the presidency has been met with both support and criticism.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
elect the school board, elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Committed.
Willing to put in a lot of effort, time, and energy into something, firmly believing in something.
Examples:
In a committed relationship. Strong and committed sales staff. Our company is strongly committed to meeting customers' needs.
Inequality.
The unfairness of a society in which some people have more opportunity, money, etc. than others. Mathematics, relation between two values when they are different.
Examples:
inequality in salary, algebraic inequality. There are several causes of economic inequality within societies.
Polarization.
The division or separation of something into two opposing or contrasting groups or factions. The condition of being polarized or having poles.
Examples:
polarization effect, dielectric polarization. The polarization of political views has created a deep divide in the country.
Dysfunction.
A problem or fault in a system, organism, or part of the body or machine.
Examples:
dysfunction of kidneys, brain dysfunction. The dysfunction in the relationship was causing problems for both partners.
Continent.
One of the Earth's large landmasses. Adjective, abstaining from your feelings, especially your desire to have sex.
Examples:
the inland of a continent. Continent urinary diversion. Flight across the continent was a daring adventure in its day.
Principal.
Most important, main, or chief.
Examples:
principal actor, principal responsible. The principal reason for the company's success is its innovative products.
Adversary.
A person, group, or force that opposes or fights against another, an enemy or opponent.
Examples:
adversary team, political adversary. The boxer's toughest adversary was his fear of losing.
Calculus.
A branch of mathematics that deals with rates of change and limits, the accumulation of hard mineral deposits that can form in organs or ducts in the body, such as kidney stones or gallstones.
Examples:
calculus equations, calculus disease. I needed help understanding the advanced calculus course material.
Constrain.
To restrict or limit someone or something's freedom or ability to do something.
Examples:
constrain his freedom, constrain information flow. The political situation constrained the country's economic growth and foreign relations.
Insecure.
Not firm or firmly fixed, likely to fail or give way, or not assured of safety.
Examples:
an insecure future, insecure attachment. Children in an unstructured environment often feel insecure.
Destabilize.
To cause something to become less stable or secure.
Examples:
Destabilize the market. Destabilize a good relationship. The political crisis destabilized the country and caused widespread turmoil.
Perspective.
A certain attitude towards something, a particular style of thinking about something.
Examples:
A perspective view. Perspective of the battle. His father's death changed his whole perspective on life.
Likelihood.
The probability or chance that something will happen or be the case.
Examples:
Likelihood of the success. Improve the likelihood of a cure. The likelihood of the project being completed on time is uncertain.
Transit.
The act or process of passing through or across a place or state, transportation.
Examples:
A transit visa. Mass transit. Public transit is an essential service for many cities.
Redundancy.
The state of being unnecessary, especially through being able to be replaced by something else.
Examples:
Eliminate redundancy. Redundancy payment. The company had to let go of some employees due to redundancy.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
Financial incentives. An incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Import.
To bring goods or services into a country from another country, to transfer electronic data into a database or document.
Examples:
Import goods. Import a style sheet. The company imports raw materials from other countries to manufacture its products.
Nominal.
Being something in name only, insignificantly small, minimal, or minor.
Examples:
Nominal interest rate. Nominal damages. The nominal fee for the concert tickets was only $10.
Suicide.
The act of killing yourself intentionally.
Examples:
Commit suicide. Suicide attack. In an economically prosperous country, most male suicide is due to child support problems.
Thermobaric.
A type of explosive that uses oxygen from the surrounding atmosphere to create a high-temperature, high-pressure explosion, which can cause significant destruction to a wide area.
Examples:
Thermobaric incendiary device. Thermobaric explosion. Thermobaric weapons are known for their destructive power.
Warn.
To make someone aware of potential danger or difficulty, particularly one that may occur in the future.
Examples:
Warn a reckless driver. Warned me of the plan. I attempted to warn him, but he ignored me.
Chemical.
Relating to or connected with chemistry.
Examples:
Toxic chemicals. A chemical compound. The firm has grown into a large chemical manufacturing.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology. Cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Inbound.
Coming in or arriving, relating to something that is coming or moving inward, such as inbound traffic, inbound calls, or inbound shipments.
Examples:
Inbound traffic. Inbound marketing. The inbound flight was delayed due to bad weather.
Confident.
Feeling sure about your abilities or qualities, or having trust in people, plans, or the future.
Examples:
Feel confident. A confident remark. I'm not confident in our victory.
Rump.
The hindquarters of an animal or the lower part of a person's torso. Of politics, the most conservative faction of a party.
Examples:
Rump steak. Rump roast. The politician's rump speech aroused strong emotions among her supporters.
Exile.
The state of being forced to leave one's country or home, typically for political or punitive reasons.
Examples:
Exile community. Political exile. The exiled king lived in poverty in a foreign country for many years.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Parlous.
Full of danger or uncertainty, precarious, risky.
Examples:
Parlous adventure. Parlous state. The hiker faced parlous conditions as she climbed the steep mountain.
Radiate.
To spread out or emit something, such as light or heat, in all directions.
Examples:
Radiate an aura. Radiate in all directions. Roads radiate from the famous building in the center of the city.
Shock.
A strong feeling or physical reaction to a sudden and unexpected event or experience, especially something unpleasant.
Examples:
Death from shock. shock resistant. He got an electric shock at work.
Grain.
Wheat or any other small hard seeds used as a food, a relatively small granular particle of a substance.
Examples:
a grain of sand, flour made from grain. Ordinary air purifiers cannot adequately remove pollen grains.
Invade.
To enter aggressively into another's territory by military force for conquest and occupation.
Examples:
invade other tissues. Invade his privacy. I have no intention to invade your privacy.
Pandemic.
An outbreak of a disease that affects many people over a very wide area.
Examples:
flu pandemic, global pandemic. They fear a pandemic of a new type of virus.
Ongoing.
Continuing to exist or develop, or currently happening.
Examples:
still ongoing. Ongoing support. The new Prime Minister has vowed to take measures against the ongoing economic crisis.
Poorest.
Having the least wealth or resources.
Examples:
poorest of the poor. Poorest area. The poorest countries in the world often have the highest rates of malnutrition.
Indebted.
Owing money or having financial obligations to another person or organization, feeling grateful or obligated to someone for their help, support, or kindness.
Examples:
indebted to creditors. Financially indebted. He felt indebted to his parents for all the sacrifices they had made for him.
Sustainable.
Able to continue or be continued for a long time.
Examples:
sustainable alternative fuel. Principles of sustainable development. The government should do more to support environmentally sustainable agriculture.
Debt.
Something, especially money, goods, or services owed by one person to another, the state of owing something.
Examples:
debt ceiling. Corporate debt. He became in debt after losing his job.
Relief.
A feeling of happiness and relaxation that comes when something burdensome is removed or reduced.
Examples:
tax relief. Sigh of relief. He devoted his life to establishing a humanitarian relief fund.
Aid.
Things sent to help countries in need, notably food or money, support.
Examples:
financial aid. Country-by-country aid programs. Pakistan's aid budget was still being reviewed.
Commodity.
A product or a raw material that can be traded, bought, or sold.
Examples:
Commodity tax. International commodity. The government announced a policy to control the rise in commodity prices.
Spike.
A narrow, thin, pointed piece of metal, wood, etc., a sudden large increase in the magnitude or concentration of something.
Examples:
To spike. To prevent blood sugar spikes. The recent spike in grain prices is partly due to the war in the producing countries.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
Severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Chain.
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
Chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Obvious.
Easy to see, discover, or understand.
Examples:
Obvious reasons. His conclusion was obvious. There are obvious differences between the two wine-producing regions.
Starvation.
A severe lack of food that leads to malnutrition and, ultimately, death.
Examples:
Die of starvation. Starvation wages. The drought led to widespread starvation in the region.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
Organization chart. Agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Sub-Saharan.
Of or relating to or situated in the area south of the Sahara Desert.
Examples:
Sub-Saharan Africa. Sub-Saharan countries. The coffee producers in sub-Saharan countries are at the sharp end of fluctuations in price.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
Horrible accident. Horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. Structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Explosion.
A violent release induced by a chemical or nuclear reaction.
Examples:
A lot of explosions. Site of the explosion. A broken gas pipe triggered the explosion.
Immense.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Immense amount. Immense pressure. He left his wife an immense fortune.
Knock on.
A secondary effect or consequence that follows or results from a primary event or action. Of rugby, a type of handling error that occurs when a player accidentally knocks the ball forward with their hand or arm.
Examples:
Knock-on consequences. Knock-on damage. The knock-on effect of the factory fire was felt throughout the local economy.
Integrate.
To combine one thing with another so that they form a whole or work together. To accept equal participation for members of all races and ethnic groups.
Examples:
Integrate into the existing system. Integrate both businesses. He found that it is difficult to integrate socially.
Fellow.
Someone who has the same job or interests as you, or is in the same class, profession, or situation as you.
Examples:
Junior fellow. Nice fellow. He is the kind of fellow who only works for his success.
Vast.
Enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples:
Vast majority. Vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Depredation.
The act of attacking or plundering, damaging or despoiling something such as a place or territory.
Examples:
Animal depredation. Depredation of natural resources. The depredation of the forest by the logging company angered environmentalists.
Climate.
The weather at a particular location averaged over some long period.
Examples:
A cold climate. Effects of climate change. Climate and weather have an impact on every part of our lifestyles.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Headline.
A heading at the top of a newspaper or magazine story or page.
Examples:
Headline article. Banner headline. The engagement of the two golf players became headline news.
Release.
To set free or allow to escape from confinement.
Examples:
Release a prisoner. Release CO2 into the air. The animal rights group worked to release the dolphins back into the wild.
Atlas.
A book of maps or charts, a figure in Greek mythology who bore the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Examples:
Atlas map. Atlas of anatomy. The World Atlas showed me the locations of all the countries.
Ignore.
To intentionally not listen or pay attention to.
Examples:
Ignore her advice. Ignore a ban. Since independence, the area has been completely ignored.
Embark.
To go on board a ship or plane, to set out on an enterprise or subject of study, to start something.
Examples:
Embark on a trip. Embark on a foolish adventure. We embarked on a new project.
Enthusiasm.
A strong feeling of excitement and interest in a particular subject or cause and an eagerness to become involved in it.
Examples:
Unflagging enthusiasm. Lose enthusiasm. We are tackling the development for updates with enthusiasm.
Unravel.
Undo twisted, knitted, or woven threads by separating it.
Examples:
Unravel a knit. Unravel a plot. Detectives are still attempting to unravel the mystery of his death.
Accelerate.
To make something faster or earlier, to cause to develop or progress more quickly.
Examples:
Accelerate a chemical reaction. Accelerate the car. The government tried to accelerate the commercialization of this development.
Adoption.
The action or fact of legally taking another's child as one's own, the act of accepting with approval.
Examples:
Adoption assistance. The adoption of a plan. The adoption process can be long and difficult, but it is worth it for the love of a child.
Diminish.
To reduce or be reduced in size, extent, or importance, to make something smaller, weaker, etc.
Examples:
Diminish a reputation. Diminish swelling. As people get old, their energies may diminish.
Derail.
To cause a train or tram to run off the tracks accidentally, to run off or leave the rails accidentally.
Examples:
Derail the recovery. Derail an argument. The train derailed because a cow was standing on the tracks.
Transition.
The process or period of changing from one state or circumstance to another.
Examples:
Transition phase. Ensure a smooth transition. The nation's healthcare system is in transition at the moment.
Suddenly.
Quickly and unexpectedly.
Examples:
suddenly attacked by an enemy. Die suddenly. Who answers suddenly knows little.
Priority.
Something that is more important than other things and should be dealt with first.
Examples:
Priority call. Priority seating for elderly. Her priority is to be a mother.
Decarbonize.
To stop or reduce emitting carbon gases, especially carbon dioxide, by replacing energy made from fossil fuels with renewable energy.
Examples:
Decarbonize their manufacturing process. Decarbonize its energy system. We have to seek methods to decarbonize its fossil fuel economy.
Accord.
An official agreement or treaty between two organizations, countries, etc. Verb, allow to have.
Examples:
Accord with public opinion. By national accord. The organization finally signed a peace accord.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into two pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Carbon.
A chemical element that can be found in pure form as diamond or graphite, and it is also an essential part of coal and oil and is found in all plants and animals.
Examples:
Carbon dioxide. Carbon emission. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and give off oxygen.
Emit.
To give off or send out something such as light, heat, sound, gas, etc.
Examples:
Emit a gamma ray. Emit air pollution. During the unloading, the container box emits a clicking sound.
Margin.
The space around the edge of a page or document. Finance, the net sales minus the cost of goods and services sold.
Examples:
Margin error. A profit margin. Unfortunately, the book's margin was too small to make notes.
Capita.
A Latin word meaning head, used to express the amount for each person, any head or head-like expansion on a structure, as on a bone.
Examples:
Per capita sales. The agricultural yield per capita. GDP per capita shrunk by almost 10% for the third consecutive year.
Historic.
Famous or significant in history, or potentially so.
Examples:
Historic accomplishment. Achieve the historic feat. The Chinese people have accomplished several historic feats.
Incoherent.
Expressed or formulated without clarity or logic, lacking cohesion or connection, disjointed or rambling in speech or writing.
Examples:
incoherent speech, incoherent thoughts. The speaker's incoherent rambling made it difficult for the audience to understand the message.
Incapable.
Unable to do, control, or achieve something.
Examples:
drunk and incapable. Incapable of being resisted. He seems incapable of understanding what she says.
Effectuate.
To cause or bring about something, particularly a change or action, to put into effect or implement.
Examples:
effectuate a merger. Effectuate a solution. The new policy will effectuate more efficient processes within the company.
Progression.
The act or process of changing to the next stage or phase or moving forward.
Examples:
progression of civilization. Progression of disease. The company has made great strides in its progression towards sustainability.
Battery.
A device that is placed inside a car, gadget, equipment, etc., and that provides electrical power to them.
Examples:
a dry battery. Battery charging. The engine did not start because the battery was flat.
Optimistic.
Hoping or expecting that good thing will happen or something will be successful.
Examples:
he is optimistic. Optimistic outlook. Most executives were optimistic about future business conditions.
Delegate.
A person sent or authorized to represent others, in particular, an elected representative sent to a conference. Verb, to transfer power to someone.
Examples:
delegate a routine task. Send a delegate. The delegate from the small country was not allowed to speak at the meeting.
Autonomy.
The right of an organization, country, or region to govern itself independently.
Examples:
regional autonomy. Establish autonomy. Demonstrators strongly demanded immediate autonomy for their country.
Censor.
A person or institution responsible for examining books, movies, and other forms of media to determine if they are harmful or offensive and should be banned or altered. An official in charge of banning or suppressing information.
Examples:
censor a book. Censor a TV program. The newspaper editor decided to censor the controversial headline to avoid backlash.
Assembly.
A group of people who have been elected, especially one that meets regularly and makes decisions or laws for a specific region or country.
Examples:
assembly line. Assembly hall. This company's assembly plant is an enormous facility.
Diplomat.
A person appointed by a government to conduct diplomacy, equals the management of relationships between countries, with one or more other countries or international organizations.
Examples:
Allied diplomat. Expel a diplomat. The senior diplomat worked tirelessly to negotiate a peace treaty between the two countries.
Censure.
Strong criticism or disapproval, an official expression of disapproval or rebuke. Verb, to criticize or express disapproval of someone or something in a formal or official way.
Examples:
Censure him for his failure. Censure resolution. The athlete received a censure from her coaches for violating team rules.
Fragment.
A small piece or part broken off or detached.
Examples:
Fragment of a text. A broken fragment. The archaeologist carefully pieced together the tiny fragments of pottery found at the dig site.
Announcement.
A public statement or declaration, often made in writing or through the media, that conveys important information or news.
Examples:
Public announcement. Announcement date. The company made an announcement about its new product at a press conference.
Slight.
Very small in degree or amount.
Examples:
Feel a slight concern. Slight increase. We made slight modifications to reflect the views of both sides.
Censorship.
The act or process of suppression or restriction of any portions of books, films, news, etc. that are judged obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security.
Examples:
Clear censorship by the Education Ministry. Form of censorship. Newspapers were subjected to censorship a few days later.
Pursue.
To do something or attempt to attain something over time, to follow or seek someone or something, especially in trying to catch them.
Examples:
Pursue a goal. Pursue freedoms. She intends to pursue a political career.
Relentless.
Persistent and determined, continuing despite difficulties or setbacks.
Examples:
Relentless attack. Face relentless pressure. The athlete's relentless training paid off in the end.
Embedded.
Fixed firmly into the surface of something.
Examples:
Embedded systems. LED embedded glass. The embedded chip in my credit card allows me to make contactless payments.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples.
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Primarily.
Mainly.
Examples.
Intended primarily for young people. Primarily affect adults. All peaceful cooperation is based primarily on mutual trust.
Opposed.
Being completely different from something or disagreeing strongly with something.
Examples.
Two opposed characters. Absolutely opposed to abortion. I'm strongly opposed to that plan.
Expense.
The money, time, or effort incurred or required for something.
Examples.
Enormous expenses. Expense account. For this project to be successful, we must control expenses strictly.
Labor.
Productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the people who do manual or physical work in a country or company for wage. Verb, to work hard or to strive and make an effort to reach a goal.
Examples.
Seasonal labor. Manual labor. In several countries, child labor is a serious social problem.
Definitely.
Without any question and beyond doubt, clearly.
Examples.
Definitely become a problem. Say definitely. The paper is definitely worth reading thoroughly.
Perceive.
To become aware or conscious of something through the senses.
Examples.
Perceive a threat. Perceive light. Australia is widely perceived as having low levels of corruption.
Engaging.
Attracting, pleasant, or charming.
Examples.
Engaging story. An engaging smile. She was disbarred for her engaging in fraud.
Minimize.
To make something, especially something bad, small or less serious.
Examples.
Minimize a loss. Way to minimize conflict. I bought a gadget before my trip to help minimize stress during the flight.
Dam.
A wall constructed over a river to block the flow of water, mainly used to generate energy.
Examples.
Dam building program. Dam collapsing. The break in the dam threatened the valley.
Ambassador.
A diplomatic representative of a country who is sent to another country or international organization.
Examples:
ambassador for football. Send an ambassador abroad. The ambassador of peace met with government officials to discuss bilateral relations.
Investor:
Someone who puts money or capital into something to gain financial returns.
Examples:
investor lawsuit. A real estate investor. Institutional investors refrained from buying stocks amid the booming economy.
Unique:
being the only one of its kind, unlike anything else.
Examples:
a unique teacher. Unique design. The painting is unique, and there is no other like it.
Opportune:
suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Reliant:
needing something or something to continue, to work correctly, or to succeed.
Examples:
heavily reliant on oil. Export-reliant economy. The company is heavily reliant on its overseas operations for revenue.
Topic:
a subject that is being discussed or written about.
Examples:
a serious topic. The topic of the book. The topic of the discussion was the current state of the economy.
Regime:
the organization, a system, or method that is the governing authority of a political unit.
Examples:
a puppet regime. Exercise regime. Totalitarian regimes are less likely to innovate because they deprive individuals of economic incentives.
Endogenous:
originating or arising from within an organism, system, or process rather than from external factors, pertaining to internal causes or influences.
Examples:
endogenous growth. Endogenous opioid system. Endogenous factors like genetics and personality are key in determining our behavior.
Palace:
the residence of a high-ranking official, such as a king, queen, etc.
Examples:
a palace garden. Ancestral palace. The imperial palace is currently undergoing reforms.
Coup:
a sudden, violent, and illegal seizure of power from a government, an impressive or successful action or achievement.
Examples:
coup plotters. Military coup. The Prime Minister was arrested and charged with treason after he was found to be involved in the coup.
Provoke:
to stimulate or give rise to a particular reaction or have a particular effect. provoke a disease. Provoke a reaction. Her behavior provoked a quarrel between the couple.
Uprising.
A public rebellion, especially against an established government or authority.
Examples:
Stage an uprising. Violent uprising. The anti-government uprising was successful in overthrowing the regime.
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Chuckle.
A soft, partly suppressed laugh, an act of laughing quietly. Verb, to laugh quietly or softly, often in a suppressed or restrained way.
Examples:
Chuckle at my cat's silly antics. Stifled chuckle. I couldn't help but let out a little chuckle when I saw the silly photo my friend had sent me.
Rumor.
A piece of unverified information of uncertain origin that is spread by word of mouth.
Examples:
A false rumor. Rumor mill. There was a baseless rumor that the company was going bankrupt.
Relative.
Considered and evaluated through comparison with something else.
Examples:
A remote relative. Relative factors. Most countries prohibit sexual activity between certain close relatives.
Credible.
Capable of being trusted or believed.
Examples:
Credible source. A credible story. They didn't have any credible evidence of his innocence.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Detain.
To keep someone in official custody, to prevent them from leaving.
Examples:
Detain a terrorist. Detain for investigation. The police detained the suspect for questioning.
Nonviolence.
The use of peaceful means, such as civil disobedience or passive resistance, rather than violence to achieve a goal, especially in the context of political or social change.
Examples:
Nonviolence movement. Nonviolence protest. Martin Luther King Jr. was a champion of nonviolence in the fight for civil rights.
Protest.
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Telegram.
A message sent by telegraph equals a method of long-distance transmission of messages by electrical or radio signals, typically consisting of a few words and sent at a reduced rate for urgent or brief communications.
Examples:
Telegram service. A congratulatory telegram. He sent a telegram to let his family know he was safe.
Bunch.
A grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
A bunch of trees. A bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Implode.
To collapse inward violently or burst inward with a sudden release of energy, to disintegrate or break down suddenly and completely.
Examples:
Implode building. Implode business. The banking industry feared the economy would implode due to risky investments.
Demonstration.
A display or show, often of a particular skill or product, intended to convince or persuade others.
Examples:
Demonstration project. A campus demonstration. Thousands of people attended the protest demonstration against the proposed policy.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Desert.
Arid land with little or no vegetation, often covered with sand or rocks.
Examples:
Desert basin. Oasis in the desert. This region is predominantly desert.
Bomb.
A weapon that explodes and is used to kill or injure people or to cause damage to something.
Examples:
Atomic bombs. Disarm the bomb. The use of cluster bombs is strictly prohibited by international law.
Pilot.
A person who flies an aircraft, especially as a job, a person qualified to guide ships through a difficult area of water.
Examples:
A test pilot. Pilot production. The pilot exercised great care in landing.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Defect.
An imperfection, shortcoming, or lack of something or someone.
Examples:
Visual defects. Defects of character. Defects in the design could cause much worse issues.
Morale.
The emotional or mental state of a person or group, especially in relation to confidence, enthusiasm, and determination.
Examples:
The morale of soldiers. Improve employee morale. The team's morale improved after winning the championship.
Balanced.
Taking all sides or opinions into account equally, being in a state of proper equilibrium.
Examples:
A balanced diet. A well-balanced mind. We conducted a balanced assessment of intellectual and cultural history.
Trump.
A playing card with a picture of a trumpeter on it, used in certain card games.
Examples:
Trump card. Choose Trump. The trump suit in the game of bridge is determined at the beginning of each hand.
Regard.
To think about or consider somebody or something in a specified way.
Examples:
Regard him as an enemy. Regard the situation as unfortunate. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues.
Appreciate.
To value and acknowledge the worth of someone or something, to be grateful for something or someone.
Examples:
Appreciate her feedback. Appreciate the value. We would appreciate an early reply.
Imminent.
Coming or likely to happen very soon.
Examples:
Imminent danger. Imminent arrest. This country was long faced with imminent peril.
Possibility.
A chance that something may happen or be true.
Examples:
Possibility for growth. Possibility of a major earthquake. The possibility of getting the disease will drastically increase.
Cease.
To stop an action or event.
Examples:
Cease to exist. Cease drinking. The company decided to cease production of the product.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Climb down.
An act of yielding, surrendering, or compromising, especially after a conflict or dispute, a reversal of a previously held position or stance.
Examples:
Climb down strategy. political climb down. After intense negotiations, the company agreed to a climb down on its controversial policy.
Forcibly.
Done by physical power or violence, against someone's will.
Examples:
Forcibly remove. Forcibly taken into a car. The police officer forcibly removed the protesters from the public park.
Resolve.
To find a suitable answer to the problems or difficulty.
Examples:
Resolve a dispute. Resolve the computer error. This company resolves its battery problem completely.
Rattle.
To make or cause to make short, successive, sharp, and loud sounds.
Examples:
Rattle along a road. Rattle and bang at the door. The vast earthquake caused the house to rattle.
Saber.
A type of sword with a curved blade, typically used in cavalry or fencing.
Examples:
Saber fencing. Ceremonial saber. The military commander drew his saber and shouted orders to the troops.
Missile.
A weapon, such as a rocket or guided projectile, that is self-propelled and directed by remote control or by an internal guidance mechanism.
Examples:
Missile defense. Cruise missile attack. The military launched a ballistic missile at the enemy's stronghold.
Confrontation.
The act of facing or dealing with something directly and openly, a direct and often hostile encounter or disagreement.
Examples:
Confrontation at the national level. Confrontation with others. The confrontation between the two leaders was broadcast live on television.
Superpower.
A country or nation that has significant global influence or formidable military, economic, or technological strength. A supernatural ability or force capable of extraordinary feats or feats beyond normal human capabilities.
Examples:
Superpower country. Superpower leader. The ability to fly like a bird is often considered a superpower in comic books and movies.
Hotline.
A telephone line that provides immediate emergency or special assistance.
Examples:
Hotline number. Automated hotline. The emergency hotline is available 24/7 for people in need of immediate assistance.
Invite.
To ask someone to come or join, to offer an opportunity or possibility for something to happen or take place.
Examples:
Invite guests. Invite criticism. We want to invite you to our annual charity event. Horizon. The line at which the Earth's surface and the sky appear to meet, the range of interest or activity that can be anticipated.
Examples:
The event horizon of a black hole. Business horizon. As the sun set, the colors of the sky merged with the horizon, creating a beautiful orange and pink hue.
Continually.
In a way that happens without interruption or repeatedly.
Examples:
Continually access information. Continually changing world. Her tongue runs on continually.
Frank.
Honest and sincere, open and candid in expression.
Examples:
Frank and open discussion. Make a frank apology. Full involvement means frank and prompt responses.
Debilitating.
Weakening or damaging, causing a loss of strength, energy, or success.
Examples:
Debilitating virus. Debilitating effect. His debilitating illness made it difficult for him to leave the house.
Warhead.
The explosive or destructive part of a missile, rocket, or other weapons that are designed to explode on impact or detonation.
Examples:
Warhead missile. Nuclear warhead. The missile launch was successful, and the warhead hit its intended target.
Destroy.
To ruin or damage severely or completely, to eradicate or eliminate completely.
Examples:
Destroy the ecosystem. Destroyed evidence. The building was destroyed in the fire and had to be rebuilt.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Institutional.
Of, in, or relating to a large important organization, such as a university or bank, organized as or forming part of the standard systems, practices, etc.
Examples:
Institutional bank. Address institutional constraints. We have to discuss the institutional reforms of our country.
Generic.
Not specific, not linked to a particular brand or product.
Examples:
A generic product. Generic version. The generic aspirin brand was just as effective as the name brand, but much cheaper.
Magnitude.
The extent, level, importance, or amount of something.
Examples:
A star of the first magnitude. The magnitude of the disaster. The magnitude of the earthquake was measured at 7.8 on the Richter scale.
Seize.
To catch or take hold of someone or something suddenly and forcibly, to capture the attention or imagination of something.
Examples:
Seize a person's property. Seize the day. He has the superpower to seize a business opportunity.
Slightly.
In a small degree or extent, a little.
Examples:
Increase slightly. Slightly alkaline soils. He moved his body slightly to the left.
Gigantic.
Extremely large.
Examples:
Gigantic proportions. Gigantic monsters. He was so hungry from the long journey that he had a gigantic appetite.
Quarter.
One of 4 equal parts, a fourth part or portion.
Examples:
A quarter mile. End of the first quarter. The unemployment rate in the first quarter was 2.3 percentage points higher than in the previous.
Unjust.
Not fair or equitable, lacking in justice or impartiality, morally unacceptable or wrong.
Examples:
Unjust verdict. Unjust accusation. The ruling was considered unjust by many people in the community.
Impose.
To officially force a new law, tax, duty, etc., to be obeyed or received.
Examples:
Impose harsher sanctions. Impose tariffs. The problem with achievement tests is the narrowness they impose on students.
Sin.
The offense against a religious or moral law or against God.
Examples:
Forgive a sin. Sin of omission. Some overzealous environmentalists claim celebrities are committing carbon dioxide sins.
Desire.
A strong feeling of wanting to have or do something.
Examples:
Unsatisfied desire. Fleshly desire. Low sexual desire typically correlates with low testosterone levels.
Quad.
Short for quadrangle, a square or rectangular open area or courtyard, often surrounded by buildings or used for recreational or social purposes.
Examples:
Quad room. Quad biking. We met at the campus quad to study for our upcoming exams.
Mutual.
Common to or shared by 2 or more parties.
Examples:
Share of a mutual fund. Mutual efforts. They cooperated for their mutual benefit.
Long-standing.
Having existed for a long time.
Examples:
Long-standing relationship. Long-standing tradition. The long-standing trading built mutual reliance.
Jettison.
To throw away or abandon something, often to lighten a load or to remove something that is no longer needed, to discard or get rid of something.
Examples:
Jettison cargo. Jettison old habits. The spaceship had to jettison some of its fuel to lighten its weight for liftoff.
Substantial.
Fairly large in size, value, or importance.
Examples:
A substantial amount of capital. Have a substantial meal. The pandemic was a substantial business opportunity for certain companies.
Abstain.
To choose not to do something, especially something that one wants to do.
Examples:
Abstain on a vote. Abstain from food. She chose to abstain from alcohol at the party.
Overt.
Open, evident, or clear, especially in a way that is not intended to be secret.
Examples:
Overt hostility. Overt symptoms. His overt lack of enthusiasm was noticeable to everyone in the room.
Condemnation.
The act of expressing strong disapproval or severe criticism towards something or someone, the punishment or judgment of a person or group for their actions.
Examples:
Public condemnation. Global condemnation. The condemnation of the politician's behavior was swift and severe.
Creditor.
A person, company, etc., to whom a debtor owes money.
Examples:
The creditor's claims. Bankrupt creditor. I asked the lawyer to initiate creditor negotiations for voluntary liquidation.
Crypto.
Short for cryptocurrency, a digital or virtual currency that uses cryptography for security and operates independently of a central bank. Someone who hides their true political beliefs or agenda, often to advance their interests or to avoid backlash from society.
Examples:
Crypto exchange. Crypto wallet. The rise of crypto has revolutionized the world of finance and investment.
Sweep.
To clean something, especially a floor or an area, by using a broom, move swiftly and smoothly.
Examples:
Sweep up dead leaves. Sweep a room with a glance. The politician tried to sweep the embarrassing incident under the rug.
Sector.
A distinct part or division of something often used to refer to a segment of an economy or industry, an area or field of work or activity.
Examples:
Industrial sector. Private sector. The technology sector is constantly evolving and innovating.
Finance.
The management of money, credit, banking and investments, especially by a government or commercial organization, the branch of economics that studies the management of money and other assets.
Examples:
Finance Act. Manage my finances. Our company decided to hire an advisor who specializes in finance.
Manufacture.
To make goods in large numbers, usually in a factory using machines.
Examples:
Manufacture an enzyme. Manufacture a product. The majority of synthetic vitamins are manufactured from oil.
Footprint.
A mark of a foot, shoe, or animal's foot left on a surface.
Examples:
Footprints in the snow. The footprints of an earlier civilization. We choose transportation that has a smaller carbon footprint.
Entrenched.
Established firmly and securely.
Examples:
Entrenched ideas. Entrenched positions. The monarch exploited the peasants using its entrenched power.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Increment.
A regular increase in the amount of something, such as money, a process of becoming larger, longer, or more important.
Examples:
Steady incremental growth. Small increments. The bid increment for this auction is $100.
Friend sourcing.
The process of seeking advice, information, or resources from one's friends or social network, often through social media or online platforms.
Examples:
Friend sourcing ideas. Timely friend sourcing. He used friend sourcing to get feedback on his resume before sending it to potential employers.
Insourcing.
A business practice in which work that would otherwise have been contracted out to an external company is performed in-house by an organization's employees.
Examples:
Insourcing jobs. Insourcing advantages. Many companies are now considering insourcing as a viable option due to supply chain disruptions caused by the pandemic.
Swift.
Happening, moving, or capable of moving quickly.
Examples:
Take swift action. A swift current of a river. Her voice was swift, yet ever the last words fell lingeringly.
Discount.
A reduction in the original price of an item, product, or service, a deduction from the usual cost or value of something. Verb, to disregard or minimize the importance of something. To offer a lower price for a product or service than its original price.
Examples:
Discounted draft. Discount store. I got a massive discount on my new laptop during the Black Friday sale.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Semiconductor.
A material or substance that can conduct electricity under certain conditions, but not others, often used in electronic devices.
Examples:
Semiconductor industry. Semiconductor device. The company develops and sells semiconductor memory for use in computers and servers.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Hawk.
A bird of prey typically having short rounded wings and a long tail, an advocate of an aggressive policy on foreign relations.
Examples:
Cast off a hawk. Congressional hawk. That team signed a center forward who was a ball hawk.
Unheard.
Not heard, listened to, or noticed, not having been brought to public attention.
Examples:
An unheard story. Previously unheard of economic development. The unheard melody was beautiful and touched everyone's hearts.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game. Student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Rebuild.
To build again or anew.
Examples:
Rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Problematic.
Full of difficulties, difficult to deal with or solve.
Examples:
A problematic situation. Seems to be highly problematic. Direct democracy is effective in quickly resolving problematic situations within a community.
Burden.
A duty, responsibility, etc. that is oppressive or worrisome, a load, typically a heavy one that is difficult to carry.
Examples:
Carry a burden. Burden of disease. That car has a low environmental burden.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Sue.
To claim a person or organization, especially by filing a legal claim for money or redress.
Examples:
Sue a company for damages. Sue my boss for harassment. He planned to sue the organization for negligence.
Retake.
To take something again or a second time, especially an examination or a photograph, to correct mistakes or improve the result.
Examples:
Retake photo. Retake control. I will have to retake this test to get a passing grade.
Courageous.
Able to face and deal with danger or fear without flinching.
Examples:
Make a courageous decision. Courageous rescue attempt. He was a courageous soldier who had served his country with honor.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with the desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
Communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Rally.
A public meeting of a group of people intended to arouse enthusiasm.
Examples:
Rally in front of the embassy. The preliminary rally. There was a massive police presence at the anti-government rally.
Run-up.
The period leading up to a specific event, such as an election, deadline, or project completion, the act of running up to something, as in a race or competition.
Examples:
Interest rate run-up. The run-up in a stock price. The store experienced a run-up in sales during the holiday season.
Unwilling.
Not ready or wanting to do something.
Examples:
Unwilling look. In an unwilling voice. They were unwilling to take any risks.
Mobilize.
To make something ready for action or use, to organize people or resources for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Mobilize cooperation. Mobilize a stiff joint. The military mobilized troops to the border.
Display.
To exhibit or show something to others, often to attract attention or demonstrate its features, properties, or value.
Examples:
Display merchandise. Display artwork. We need to display our products in an attractive way to attract customers.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples.
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.